So, big hello to all the students at Saltfleet Secondary School in Stoney Creek. I just finished helping out with the Fossil of the Day awards here, and I thought that might be a good chance to make all of you a little video. So I'd like to apologize for looking so tired in the last one I put up, but I was still pretty out of it from my trip from Sweden to Mexico. It's been about 5 days now, and I've finally gotten adjusted to 30-degree temperatures and 7-hour time difference. I thought it might be a good idea to be a little bit of an introduction about myself and a background about what I do. So, my involvement with the United Nations started with an amazing trip I had a chance to take in 2006 to Nairobi, Kenya. A group of around 20 young people from all over Canada came together to attend the UN climate change meetings that were happening. For the most part, we were disappointed with the way that the government was handling such a critical issue, and we felt that it was important to show the world that youth from around Canada were really concerned, even if the government wasn't. It was a life-changing experience. I had the opportunity to meet with young people who felt the same as I did from around the world. In Kenya, there was about 80 of us, and we had the chance to voice our concerns to world governments, non-governmental organizations, the United Nations, media, and even then Canadian Environment Minister. Over the next few years, I attended meetings in Bali, Indonesia, Poznan, Poland, Copenhagen, Denmark, and finally the meetings this year in Mexico. It was all really overwhelming at first, but I slowly got used to the fact that we were schmoozing with world leaders, negotiators, celebrities, and governments. But that wasn't what impressed me the most. It was working with creative and inspiring youth that really blew me away. I was surrounded by some of the most incredible people that I'd ever met who were so committed to making the world a better place that I couldn't believe it. Now, the big difference between youth and governments is that many countries at these conferences are often just thinking about the short term and don't know how to deal with problems as big of a scale as climate change. In Canada's case, they're worried about committing to real climate action because there's so much oil left in the ground. Of course, burning of oil releases greenhouse gases, and also taking it out of the ground does too, especially in the case of the tar sands, which make up most of Canada's oil reserves. Now, that's not true for all countries, but it seems like a lot of the world's richest ones think like that. But back to the youth attending these meetings. They don't have as much of a problem seeing what a big issue climate change is. Youth are always looking to the future and don't have to worry about things like getting elected. They see that climate change as a global problem. The climate doesn't care whether greenhouse gases are produced in Canada or Sweden or Mexico. That's why these negotiations are so important. There needs to be a global solution to climate change, and the UN is the only institution that we have to do it. So I guess that's the big reason I'm here. If we have any hope of avoiding runaway climate change, we need more than a short-sighted government at the negotiating table. Youth have a special role to play here because it's us that will inherit the bad choices that are made today. So for the rest of the conference, I'll keep you updated and introduce you to other young people here at the conference, and also get some members of the Canadian Youth Delegation to answer some of the questions that you have that you'll be giving your teacher. So I will be talking to you soon, and adios.